Welcome back to the channel, Pokemaniacs. We've got new figures hitting GameStop. The latest wave of Jazwares figures starting to pop up everywhere. Kevin Pokemon over on Instagram, thanks for sending over some photos. Was able to pick up the Annihilape and the Pidgeotto. Very jealous of the Annihilape, personally. And we even had Master Chiefing around. Also find some of these new packs featuring Chimchar, Fanpea, and we've also got the Quaxwell with Blitzel and Kabuto. And shout out to all of you guys for tagging me in messages, sending me messages, photos. So shout out to all you guys because it also inspired me to head over to GameStop and get my own Pidgeotto. I got super lucky when I went in there. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to find, but it actually looked like my GameStop finally got something, which is pretty cool. We got some of the Halloween packs on there. We also had the Fanpea, Chimchar, also the Pikachu and Litten. But there was other things in there. There was a Decidueye. There was also Pangoro. There was a Sylveon, even though I bought one the other day. So kind of cool that they got restocked. But the Meowscarada was there, and the Pidgeotto, obviously. There was only one Pidgeotto, so I picked it up. So shout out to you guys for, we got a good network here. So thank you guys for sending over photos. Always feel free to send me messages on Instagram. I'm really trying to get better at keeping an eye on it. Or always feel free to send me an email. It's linked on my YouTube channel. We also have some behind the scenes photos, I guess we'll call it, of some upcoming figures. We've got photos of Nincada, which is looking pretty good. It's looking fairly accurate to me. I don't know. I feel like this is a Pokemon that's should be hard to mess up. I don't know, but that's there. Then we also have the Swablu. There's some images from a promo not too long ago where this was floating around. But this is, I think, a little bit of a cleaner photo, possibly. I also think this is looking great. It's a cute Pokemon. Always kind of had a soft spot in my heart. Back in the day, I've used Altaria a lot in Pokemon Go PvP battles. Then after that, we have probably my favorite of this trio that we have these photos on. We have Grafaiai, and it's looking pretty good, even with all the additional detail where it kind of has like a lot going on with its face painting, the markings. There's a lot of colors going on. I think this still looks really good, and I'm assuming that this is basically very final late stages images right here. It's looking good. Not exactly sure when these will be hitting shelves, but just something to keep an eye out on, especially where we just got kind of like the latest wave. So maybe in like 2-3 months, I don't know, we'll see. There was also some other figures picked up over at Meijer. JMKE414 on Instagram also sent over some images where he was able to find Magnemite with Azumarill and then a Ralts with Pikachu. Again, this is at Meijer. I know these are only in particular areas of the US, but it does seem like they've been getting some kind of like niche, kind of cool packs lately, especially since I still think they're the only place we've been able to find a Kabutops. And then I was kind of browsing around over on GameStop, and I was trying to find some new figures, and I realized that they actually have the Haunted Forest environment. I know a lot of people were unable to find that when it first came out. I got really lucky. I just randomly found it at a GameStop one time. But I know a lot of people, this didn't distribute very well. So I'll link that down below in case you were looking for it. Also, kind of like 'tis the season, you know, Halloween coming up. So I don't know, I didn't realize that was online. Maybe you already did, but either way, just wanted to make sure you knew that it was there. Also online for my Australian viewers, we've got some new plushies up on EB Games. And since they're up there, I do imagine that eventually we'll see them at GameStop. But these are the holiday plushies. These are 8-inch plushies. They look great. Like, even though the bow's kind of big on Eevee, I think it still looks super cute. We've got a Fennekin there with a little like holiday shoulder shroud thing. I don't know what to call it. We've had like an earmuff Squirtle in the past, but I think that one was like winking and smiling. This one's got like both eyes closed, so I think this one's a little bit different. So correct me down in the comments. And then always stoked to see a Rowlet in any collection. So I think this is a pretty good group of Pokemon here, but those are available, like I said, in Australia on EB Games, but we'll be keeping an eye out as they pop up anywhere else. Over at Target, we also had the Pokeball Pixel set pop up. This seems to be one of the last of one of these sets that's still available. I was trying to find some more online. I know there's some through resellers. You might want to take a look at your local stores because I know a lot of these things have been going on sale for pretty good prices. So these seem like the mega stuff is kind of going out of stock. So they're trying to push all of the inventory. So this might be a good time to pick stuff up if you've been waiting. Personally, I've also been waiting a bit because I wanted to pick up maybe like the Mew. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it at a good price, but it's a good time to jump on these. Then I messaged this one out, but Enso Rings has a new collaboration with Pokemon, which is kind of surprising. I didn't see this one coming. The rings look pretty good. I actually have quite a few of these rings. I have some Star Wars ones as well as some Marvel ones. So I'm a big fan of these rings. They're very durable and they look great. And I love all the different like nerdy collaborations that they do. So this is available now. Also the Pikachu, the Tails one. I don't know why it's in Charizard colors. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't just do a Charizard, but hey, I'm not the designer here. but wanted to make sure you guys knew about that in case you wanted a little bit of something different to go collect. Then more rumors, leaks, I don't know what we're going to call it, but more information potentially about the Lego and Pokemon collaboration. So we have possibly some additional details here on the gigantic set that's going to be $650. So this, at least according to this leak, should be a trio of Pokemon, of course, Kanto starters. What else would it have been? We always have to represent Kanto all the time. But Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, which kind of makes sense, I guess, because I don't know what else you would build with almost 7,000 pieces. So kind of interesting. We'll see, I guess, if these are going to have any like movement to them, what kind of display piece this is going to be. But in addition to that, we are also potentially going to see up to 20 retail Pokemon sets next year. And even on here it says there's going to be 8 promo sets, which is interesting. A lot of it seems like it's going to be focused around like Pokemon Day, February 27th. And again, this is all just rumors. I don't know if these are actual leaks or not, but just putting it out there just in case you guys are interested. It's always fun to kind of be excited about what could be. But apparently these leaks are from people who are fairly reliable in the space, so I don't know. It bodes pretty well, like that these could be accurate. For anybody with a Nintendo Switch 2, there's finally some accessories coming out that are Pokemon themed. We've got some new ones coming up from Hori. These are up for pre-order on Amazon. This is the Eevee Cottagecore collection. These are all coming out on October 3rd. In the collection, we're going to have items like this turbo controller. It is wired though, so just heads up on that. I don't know how you feel about having a wired controller, but it is a turbo controller with assignable buttons, which I think that's a pretty good perk personally. There is also this game card case, which I didn't realize I kind of want. I think just to be able to put some games in. I know I don't have like a lot right now, but still, I just like the idea of having like a hard shell case to put things in. But if you want something a little bit different, we do have this puff case. You can throw your Switch in there along with some whatever accessories I guess you can fit in there. It looks like the pockets are pretty decently sized. It does look like you can put up to 6 game cartridges in there as well, along with the console itself. But if you're like me, you like something with a little bit more hard protection. So there is also a hard shell case in here that does hold up to 10 game cards, as well as the Switch itself, and maybe some like thinner accessories that you could slide there in that top pocket. In addition to that, the Japanese account also tweeted out some more images of a different collection, all based around ghost Pokemon like Gengar and Mimikyu, which is honestly pretty sweet. So super excited to also see these. I'm not sure if these will make it over to the US, but I really hope that they do, because again, these look fantastic. I think I might actually want to pick up that game card case, but it's looking really good. It's, you know, the purples, the blacks, it's kind of a little bit more up my alley. Plus Gengar is just a great Pokemon. Mimikyu, great Pokemon. So I'll keep an eye out if these do become available in the US, and I'll make sure to link everything I can down below in the description for you. Last week was New York Comic Con, and we got some Funko exclusive releases. Most notably in terms of Pokemon, we got the Jumbo Raikou announced. So this was, again, a New York Comic Con exclusive, but it is a shared exclusive. So we should be seeing this along with many other things here, in case you're interested in any other franchises, I guess. But the Raikou specifically will be a shared exclusive with Amazon. So once we see that, again, I'll link you guys once I get that. If it's anything like the Suicune, it's going to be like a hot item at first, but I mean, I think I even saw it on sale not too long ago. So it hopefully will be available. I know not everybody's able to just sit there and watch notifications all day. We've got full-time jobs, but I'll be making sure you guys know that when it comes out. Also, something that came out was the Litten Build-A-Bear. We talked about it recently where it was coming. Now it's here. So it's up on buildabear.com. This Litten is going to be coming in an online bundle. You'll be getting the voice box as well as these cute little pajamas. I always kind of like these little clothes that you put on the Build-A-Bears. I don't know, they're super cute. But if you do want some pajamas for yourself, maybe, Pokemon Center's got you covered. We've got these new Lo-Fi Lounge Sunset Mixtape loungewear with this whole collection. Looking really good. I like the pink, the blue. I think that's it's looking really sharp. It's got that like retro kind of vibe to it. But the lo-fi definitely making a strong appearance here, and they even with this, they did put out some lo-fi songs on their YouTube channel, so could be something to go check out if you're into like the lo-fi scene. They did some lo-fi remixes, but always love to see a good theme, and also fun to kind of see like some of the headphones and like just the more music items that Pokemon Center has kind of make a reappearance here, because they've it's been a little bit since they came out. Also last week on Pokemon Center, we got some new TCG accessories, mainly some sleeves, some deck boxes, but still some cool ones on there like the Dragonite. It's looking super cute, but always nice to just have some like additional accessories to kind of go after. And in the last video, we did talk about the Ghost Chateau Pokemon collection that was out in Japan. We did get some of the plushies over on Pokemon Center, so super cool. And like, I know a lot of us, we talked about in the comments, talking about that Cyndaquil, how just like amazing it was. So that's available to us. It's still in stock right now also. So if you got a hankering for it, it's waiting for you. A really cool collection. I hope that they keep dropping more of the Halloween stuff. It's always a big time on Pokemon Center. And it was also a big time last week because we got the redrop of Fantasmal Flames. Understandably, it was not a smooth process, but it does seem like there was a lot of wins out there. Supposedly, we also saw some cancellations going out again to some people. So I don't know. We'll see if that has anything to do with some of the bot traffic from a couple weeks ago. But Fantasmal Flames did drop. The pre-orders out there. They did last just, I think, a little bit over 2 hours, which is kind of shocking just how like quickly that kind of went. But at the same time, surprised at how long it stayed. The set does release on November 14th, and during this drop, it seems like they limited things to 2 ETBs, 2 booster bundles, and 1 booster box. The UPC, I guess, still exists, like the listing is still inside Pokemon Center, but it wasn't working. So if you missed out on that, don't worry, the UPC, as far as I know, did not drop. But if you did miss the drop, shortly after that, they did give us some shoulder plushies as a consolation prize, so like, which totally makes up for it. But these are super cute, just little, I don't know, these are pretty trendy, I think, like I just remember seeing them at like Disneyland and stuff. You can just wear them up on your shoulder, you got your little buddy there. And as you're looking at the screenshot, yes, I know, I'm super excited as well. The Pikachu Butter Dish, back in stock, so if you've been wanting to pick this up, that also came out this last week. I know, like Phantasmal Flames, we don't need that, we need the Butter Dish. On the Japanese side of things, we got new Scale World figures. This time we've got Calum coming out with Chestnut and Delphox, just in time for us to continue to explore over in the Kalos region. Figures looking great, the Pokemon especially. I think this was a great choice. Love that Delphox has kind of that like translucent little bit of flame on its wand. So these figures, all in scale with each other, will pair very well with the Serena that comes out with all of its the pre-evolutions of these Pokemon. But personally, very excited that these are coming out. Scale World figures, while maybe like a little bit more on the pricey side, are kind of some of my favorite figures. I don't know, we have a lot of good figures to choose from, honestly. And there's new statues also coming out from Kotobukiya. This time we're focusing on the Unova region. We've got Hilbert with Victini, and then we've also got a Hilda. We don't want to separate the two, but we've got Hilda with Tepig. So far, we just have the announcement of these, but usually, probably in like a month or two, we should have also just some of the like prototype images, so they'll just be like the statues minus the paint. But very excited to see how these turn out. Kotobukiya and Artifacts, they do a fantastic job on these statues, so kind of excited for these ones. And then the Pokemon Center in Kagawa, Japan is reopening, all with a brand new theme featuring Slowpoke. Who doesn't love a good Slowpoke? So we've got the key art right here. In addition to this, and with the reopening, they are going to be featuring a Pokemon distribution featuring Slowpoke. So if you do arrive there starting October 24th, you will be able to get a Slowpoke distribution in Legends ZA, which then I think makes the very first Pokemon distribution in ZA. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But this is Japan only, so just heads up, which is kind of lame because I'm literally going to be there like the day after this ends. So just kind of luck, I guess. The reopening should also have some events as well as a large Pokemon collection. So we've got some very interesting items in here. There's actually 3 collections in this launch, so we're gonna break them up a little bit. So just like the core Kagawa Pokemon Center collection, we've got the Pikachu and Udon Noodles plushie, kind of cute. It's also wearing a shirt that we'll check on in later on, just a couple items. But we've got that. We've got the Slowpoke with a yawning Pikachu on top, super cute. Then of course we also have to have some keychain plushies, which there's that Pikachu at top holding a fan. It's a little bit of foreshadowing there. We've got some more items coming up. But after that, we have this keychain with a Pikachu with a Slowpoke that dips down into a well. So maybe like a cool little fidget toy for you. After that, we do have just a t-shirt with the key art that we showed earlier. Then there's also this button-up long sleeve t-shirt. Got them Pikachu faces there with a little bit of a pattern. Then we also have a Swablu chilling headband, which I'm assuming should just be like something that cools off your head based on the name. And probably one of my favorite items of this whole collection, there is a Smoliv olive oil bottle, which I don't like. We need this. This is amazing. Like if there was ever an item meant for a Pokemon, like this would be it right here. On the more traditional side, we do have a pin for the Pokemon Center. I imagine this is probably going to be one of the hotter items to go after. And then there's also this coin purse featuring Swablu, Slowbro, Wooper, and Quagsire. Plus, we've also got a Flabébé on there, as they sit in the red flowers also. Then we also have this blanket of that key art, along with a hand towel collection, a notebook, and then also some acrylic keychains to kind of round out to the collection. Then going into the second collection, this is all based around udon essentially, which apparently is a large piece of the culture, but there is a udon tub that I guess you can put your udon in. And then there's also a bowl that you can eat your udon out of. There's also this square plate, which is looking really good. And just in case you get thirsty while you're eating all of your udon, we have this Slowpoke drinking glass, and probably the more fun of all of these items, we also have this Horsey soy sauce dispenser, which I think is really rad. I mean, you could probably put anything in there. It doesn't have to be soy sauce, but there's that. And then we also have this double-sided placemat. And then on top of that, we also have that third collection. This is going to be based around Kagawa's traditional culture, featuring some items like the Sanuki paper lanterns and Marugame bamboo fans. So kind of fun. Really like that they're trying to like focus on the culture of where the location is located. And also Slowpoke is just a great Pokemon. In video game news, if you've been holding off on downloading any of the Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, the Treasures of Ruin, now's your time. We just unlocked Shiny Chi-Yu. Apparently we beat it over 3.1 million times, so we definitely rallied since that first update. But make sure to hop in on getting that to download. It's only good until September 30th, and that's all of them. So there are the Shiny Treasures of Ruin along with some additional like Terra Shard items, so it's all free. It probably will take you maybe like 4 minutes to download all of them, so this is mainly like animations, but go hop in there, download them. We don't know when these will be available ever again, but again, it all ends September 30th. And then this Friday, Mega Evolution comes out. Good luck to you if you are trying to get some cards, and if you are able to get yourself some cards, there are some promo cards available at no additional cost. You do need to make a $15 purchase though. These are going to be available through GameStop and Best Buy. This Xerneas promo will be available at Best Buy in the US, Toys R Us in Canada, JB Hi-Fi in Australia and New Zealand. Then that Yveltal is going to be available at GameStop in the US and EB Games in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Again, these are going to cost $15 essentially, if you can hopefully fandangle that with the staff at your GameStops or Toys R Us, wherever you're going. And this all starts on September 26th. And hopefully while you're there, also September 26th, we do get the Shiny Koraidon and Shiny Miraidon promo at GameStop in the US. EB Games will also have those codes available. They're the same company basically. And that'll be for my Canada, Australia, and New Zealand people. So hopefully you're walking out of there with a bunch of additional promo cards to collect. And if you are collecting cards, maybe you need a new binder to put cards in. And with Mega Evolution releasing, we've also got the Voltex Mega Evolution Edition binder coming out. Pre-orders are going to open up tomorrow, so depending on when you're watching this video, that may or may not be available. Personally, I really like my Voltex binders. I've got a ton of them, and this one is looking great, just like they always do with all of these special edition binders. We've got kind of that like rainbow coloring on the actual spine of the whole thing, but it is a little more like traditional black on the like front and back of it, but it's looking great. And if you would like to pre-order a binder for yourself, I do have a link down in my description here on this video. That link will get you 10% off your first order. So if you would like to start out your journey on Voltex, it's a good way to start, just a little bit of a discount. And that code should also work on binders, any other accessories if you need sleeves. It could be a good time to go revamp your collection. Especially if you're a winner of this next contest. The official Pokemon TCG account on Instagram posted about this. They did this for Sword and Shield, so good to see that they're doing this with Scarlet and Violet, but it's a massive giveaway where 10 winners are going to be able to receive a bundle of 16 Elite Trainer boxes from Scarlet and Violet. These are, seems like the just regular ETBs, so not the Pokemon Center ones, unfortunately. But this contest goes until September 29th, so all you got to do is go over to their Instagram account, follow them, and then there is a website you have to go to and put in your information on, and then you're in the running. So honestly, kind of simple. I think most of us are probably following the account anyways, but good luck to you if you are entering in that one. That would be pretty cool to win. Some new EX box sets also popped up over at Target. First up, we've got the Lugia EX and Latias EX Premium Collection. The box is going to have 10 cards in there, as well as 2 holo promos and that jumbo card. As far as I can tell, these are going to be Target exclusives. heavily focused on Mega Evolution and Destined Rivals, so could be some good ones to pick up. And then the second collection is also going to be Mimikyu EX and Alcremie EX, so some shorter Pokemon. But same deal here. We've got 10 packs inside. We've got 2 holo promos and that jumbo. And again, here on the packs, we've got actually quite a bit of a variation on this Mimikyu one. So depending on what you're kind of hunting, you may or may not want to prioritize a particular box, but both of these are releasing on October 17th for $50 each. And then last week, unfortunately, we got the bad news. Tickets for Pokemon XP are getting delayed. It's not canceled, at least, so that's cool, but just, I don't know. I was really hyped to try to get some tickets. I don't know why. I'm actually more hyped for the real event, but for some reason I was just getting really hyped on the possibility of getting tickets. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. But Pokemon let us know that they are delaying things to fine-tune some details to provide a great experience for fans. So no word on when the next chance will be to get some tickets, but I'm sure that they'll either tweet something out, email out as they've got there for the signups. But as soon as the date is posted, I'll be sure to talk about it in one of our news videos. So make sure you are subscribed, hit the bell if you need notifications on there, like the video, hype it, all the things. I feel like the laundry list of things at the end of a video is just getting longer and longer and longer. Let me know what you're collecting though down in the comments. I always appreciate you guys and the conversations we're having. Take care of each other out there, and I'll see you very soon on the next one.